Tyson Fury has called on the government to act on knife crime after his cousin was stabbed to death in Altrincham last night. In an Instagram post paying tribute to Rico Burton, the heavyweight boxing champion said tougher sentencing is needed. At least 11 stabbings have been reported across England this week alone. The Ben Kinsella Trust, an educational charity set up following the murder of Ben Kinsella in 2008, says there's been a 10% increase in knife crime in England and Wales in the 12 months to March 2022. The Trust also reported a 46% increase in knife crime in England and Wales compared to March 2012. Well, joining me now is Dr. Prince OBE, who set up a foundation in the name of his son, Kiyan, who was stabbed to death when he was 15. Welcome to you. Thanks very much for speaking to us this evening, I should say. I mean, it's 16 years since Kiyan was killed. Seems like a long time, but I'm sure it's no time to you at all. Do you think anything has changed in that time?
I don't even think it's about what I think. It's about what's evident. It's evident that nothing has changed. It's evident that the situation's gone worse. It's evident that everything that I've discussed and talked about, whether it be on the news, whether it be with Sadiq, whether it be with whoever's in charge, government, doesn't matter. It falls on deaf ears, and our young people's lives aren't valued enough by the people that we put in power to be able to make the necessary changes and be able to put things in place to help educate, to help be aware, to help support families and parents who are going through very difficult times with their young people, and basically to put a wraparound program to help hurting people who end up hurting people.
Why is it still happening?
Because no one wants to do anything. They're ignoring it. Leadership. It's all about leadership. So if you go into the communities, who's in leadership? Families, parents, the ones in charge. So we need to take stock of how much our young people are listening and being respectful in the home, because it starts from in the home. Leadership is with our country. They need to ensure that things are in place to make sure that there are consequences for carrying a knife. And the work that I'm doing, I find out so many times that young people find that there's no consequences for carrying a knife. They're back out on the streets again. So why would there be any change if there's no change from the top coming right down? And from the down coming right up?
Sorry, just to interrupt. There are consequences for carrying a knife, to be found to be carrying a knife. Are you saying that there should be tougher sentences?
No, the sentences that are there need to be applied. I'm saying to you that they're not being applied. I'm saying to you that young people are getting a slap on the wrist and being sent back out. I'm saying to you that so many cases that I personally know of, and the ones that I don't know about, but people talk to me about, where nothing's been done, but the kids been found, the young people have been found with knives coming into school. Nothing's been done. Young people have been caught with knives on the street. Nothing's been done. They're back out again. They may be put on an order. They may be put on the youth offender team, whatever it is, but there's no consequences. So they're carrying knives still, even when they're doing their youth offender team or their community service.
What impact do you think it will have, Tyson Fury speaking out?
It will have a big impact because he's got a big platform. And that's the sad thing about this world. So I'm going to ask Tyson Fury you're serious about this, because what happens is sometimes the sad thing is until it happens to people in their families, that's when it really, really hits home about the pain of this, and it shouldn't have to. Every young person out there could be my young person. So when I talk to these youths at school, I'm talking to them like they're my sons, they're my daughters. I'm sharing with them the things that are going to empower their lives so they don't waste their lives taking this journey. That's what I do. That's what I've given my life for. So I'm asking Tyson Fury, let's do this. We've got the same background. We come from boxing. We're both champions. Let's do this. Make a big impact impact, make some changes, and really speak to the young people out there on a next level, because you've got that pulling power as well, and we know how to use that, bro. So let's do this, because the government ain't listen. I've been doing this for 16 years, and I've had to put on some big events now so we could try and get a premises, try and get resources so we could demonstrate to the government and national models needed, and we're going to pilot this if you guys ain't going to do it. We just need the corporates and the backing to be able to do it. You can see the passion in me, because I'm tired of hearing these stories. I'm tired of being called on news to discuss about another young person's life when we could do a lot more about this and change this narrative.